This program is proudly brought to you by Telikom Limited and Daytech.
I'm Malcolm Wyra, and welcome to another episode of Infocus. Joining us for this session, we have Mr. Amos Tepi, the Chief Executive Officer for Telikom. Mr. Tepi, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me to today's session.
Now, Mr. Tepi, based on last year's 2023 financial year, what were some of the key highlights?
The key highlights is basically one that stick out most is the challenge that we face with procurement side, where we can't get things on time. A lot of our equipments procure outside of the country, so there was a little bit of delay on to get those equipments in the country. Shipment delays and foreign currency as well, one of those. But all in all, we did well in terms of running our infrastructure throughout the country, rolling out. Basically, few of those challenges were more to do with the shipment, and that delayed a little bit, but we managed to get some of the projects off.
In terms of your core business, the subscription numbers, I would imagine, have grown a bit last year.
I won't deny that. Yes, we do have a competition with Digital and Vodafone, but as you know, Telikom is a household name and a brand, and it's owned by people of Papua New Guinea and owned by the government of Papua New Guinea. And our subs have increased, and I can't deny that. We've seen a significant increase on that, so we're doing well.
Now, on a negative note, we've witnessed numerous instances of vandalism and damaging of telecom cables and infrastructure. What approach is Telikom taking to not only respond but curtail such unlawful acts?
Malcolm, that's a key challenge we face with. Our mitigate that challenge, we put out a reward for people who support them. Telikom put out a 10,000 in a cash giveaway to any people, any public, anyone who caught them vandalizing our cable or infrastructure. And we charge them, lawfully charge them, and then 10,000 is rewarded to that particular person who identify the culprit. So we are doing that. Also, same time, some areas we have to look at more manageable way of protecting the infrastructure, where if people have easy access, we try to make them hard a little bit. So those are some of the things we're doing to stop sabotaging the vandalism of our infrastructure. But I think, let me, on this note, I want to say to public as well, you need to know that these things are not here to make money for us, but it's providing service to the people and the community as well. And in an event that you need emergency, you will be calling an ambulance to come and pick you up. Then you need a call. You need to make a call to the ambulance to pick up. So when you cut that, when the situation arises, it will be difficult for you to call ambulance. So these services are there for us to use for our own benefits as well. It's not about Telikom making money. It's about looking after people and providing the service to people.
Now, in the past few months, we witnessed earthquakes, floods, and landslides around the country. What risk management strategies is Telikom implementing to ensure your network infrastructure is resilient against such natural calamities?
Malcolm, as you know, we are living in a risk zone. Every country is known for natural disaster. You can't avoid that. We had some year back earthquake that struck and cut the cable in Madang earthquake up in the highlands, that landslide, and all these other things that are happening. Obviously, there's an environment, climate change that are causing a lot of other changes that are happening. But for telecom, when we do put our infrastructure in those places, we do feasibility studies so that make sure things are not impacted when, especially more on an earthquake and the and landslide, so that we do feasibility studies on the land, make sure, or soil, make sure it's done properly, so that when you put the infrastructure, it's done properly, so it's avoid whenever the landslide or earthquake, at least some way we have that infrastructure intact. But some instances you can't stop it because it's a nature and it can take you down anytime. But we, having said that, the recent earthquake or happened in Wewak, most of our BTS sites are not affected, or tower sites we call it, because of that, particularly doing the assessment and putting the foundation and frame of the building of the towers. It holds sometimes when the earthquake, it doesn't go off or fall off, or landslide too, because we do the soil test. So we put it in the right place so it doesn't affect in the future. So that's how normally, not only us, but the other telcos, they do the same. So to avoid as much as possible and keep the connectivity to the community and country as well.
Thank you, Mr. Tepi. We now go for a quick break. Join us on the other side for more discussions.